Yeah, some good stuff this week.
Good. I got some game news.
Have you?
No.
All right.
I got some questions, though.
What have you got for gaming news?
I don't have any gaming news, but I got some questions about you because I've seen these popping up.
Go for it.
What is Nioh?
Nioh? Oh.
Don't know what that is.
That is
that a new Keanu Reeves game?
It is,
Nioh?
actually. You got it one. Actually,
Yes.
I kind of pronounce it Nioh as well. Do you know the game Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, let's pretend I do. I don't.
You don't know it?
No.
It is done by the same team as Ninja Gaiden.
Is it made by the same people that made Ninjago?
It is not, no.
Dang.
So it's lots of ninja stuff going on. But
Ninja Gate?
Ninja Gaiden?
Gaiden.
Gaiden.
No.
Yeah, it was on Xbox and PlayStation.
Shinobi.
So
I know Shinobi.
It's
the greatest ninja of all time.
It's a ninja like Shinobi.
All right.
But, no, they're good little hack and slash games. So Nioh is made by the same company that does that. It's exclusive to the PS4.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like run around the environment and collect things like kind of Diablo-esque. And but yeah, it's doing really well. I think it's done by a Japanese studio. So I know one of our users commented on it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I saw these people mention. I'm like, all right, gotta see if Alex knows what this is.
Oh yeah, I know what it is for sure.
And then I have a question because I thought Mass Effect was over. I thought they shit the bed with the third one or something.
It's back with Andromeda, and it's going to be built off the Battlefield 1 engine, which is the DICE engine. So DICE make Battlefield, and they're owned by EA now because EA bought them out. But basically, they have, when I say engine, it's like like a 3D engine where they can build games. So FIFA 17 was built off that engine as well. So FIFA 17 actually looks pretty great, and it's got that single player. So you got Battlefield 1, which looks fucking amazing,
right?
Really amazing. Then you've got
that's out now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's out.
Oh yeah, that came out at Christmas.
They've got expansion.
They've
got expansion
pack. That's what I
saw. And then actually this year with that one is Battlefront 2, so that's going to be good. So that's going to be. I think it's going to be more of the modern stuff in it as well.
Okay.
The other Battlefront was like Darth Vader and stuff. So
yeah.
I think it's going to be the newer stuff. But so that engine's
definitely
awesome.
Have to play that for a week.
That's being powered and driving Mass Effect. Though I've not played the Mass Effect games. I'm just not a fan of those games. So
I know people who They were massive fans of it. They get so into it because
massive fans of Mass Effect.
Yeah, you see what I did there? I'm a writer. I just heard because it's one of those games that it's all about choices, and each choice affects everything else.
Totally.
So people get real into it because each journey is your own journey.
The journey and the story writing is supposed to be spot on,
except for the third one.
Those games for me just lacked a little bit of emotion, and like some of the characters and environments looked like a little dull.
Yeah.
But the actual story and the choices and the combat was supposed to be great. Now it's powered by this new engine. It looks like friggin' amazing. It might be one to jump in.
All right, cool. Well,
so,
those are two new games people mentioned.
All right.
Maybe I don't think I'll play Mass Effect though. That sounds like, I
mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's just huge. I mean, if you were to play all of them, you'd be 100 hours,
We'll play Battlefront, though.
We'll play Battlefront, but Injustice as well. There's so many games we're going to be playing. So we're going to have the little... We'll have us in the corner, so you'll be able to see our reactions as I kick your ass. So,
I don't know. I played Battlefront a lot.
I'm talking about Injustice. That's a
you'll kick
fighting
game. That,
So, yeah.
Unless it's back,
You're just gonna,
up, down, left, right,
it's a button masher, so... It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
Yeah. For like the first 2 hours till you figure out, that's how I do that move. It's whoever can figure out what the button mashing equals on screen. It's
like, basically what I do is I try some Street Fighter. I try some...
everyone tries a Street Fighter.
Some moon kicks and some fireballs. Yeah. Then I'm like, I try some Mortal Kombat. I'll try some Tekken. What is working?
See, that's why I'm screwed. I'm just limited to Street Fighter.
Tekken. That's why I love
If I can't get past Street Fighter, I'm like, crap. I can't remember any Mortal Kombat moves.
I've got a list of games here. They are PS4, but I'm interested in the Xbox and the Steam ones as well. I know them, but for the PS4, now Tekken comes out in June, and so does Crash Bandicoot, and that's just gonna be a killer month because Crash Bandicoot is like an all-time favorite for me, like a classic.
Yeah.
But Tekken is just such a good game. Again, we're gonna have to play that. Just button mash it, you'll probably beat me. Yeah. But the thing about Tekken...
You'll be too emotional. You'll be crying. You'll be like,
probably,
it's my childhood. It's my childhood.
It's beautiful.
Look at the textures.
The thing I like about Tekken, and I'm sure other games have it, but Tekken had it back in the day with the PlayStation, is that you can counter. So if you were to come with me at punches...
I remember that.
Instead of just pressing back and blocking them
and Street Fighter stole it.
Yeah, I think they did, actually.
Yeah.
I think they did. There's a lot of passionate Street Fighter people out there, so they might be commenting on this going like, no, you stole it from us. But
How
I like the
dare
fact
you.
that you can press back or forward and they, whatever 2 buttons, and you can counter it. If you just do it at the right time, then whatever combo they're in, you've taken it and turned it on them. So that's what I loved about Tekken, and the characters and stuff as well.
I think it was Super Street Fighter. I remember seeing a video online. It was like 2 of the greatest fighters, the proper competitive fighters.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who got famous because he was playing, I think he was playing as Ken or Ryu.
Okay.
But he had like 0 health.
Did you say Ryu?
I know it's Ryo.
Yeah, Ryu.
Ryo?
Ryu.
Reno.
Ryu.
Ryu.
Yeah. All right. Ken and Ryu.
Ryu. But he had like no health left, and this was like the final of the tournament for like thousands of dollars, and the guy came at him with like one of those massive 46 hit combo things.
Right.
And he dodged every single one of them.
Oh, nice.
Kicked the crap out of the guy and won when he had no health.
Yeah.
And it's like the most famous like thing.
Yeah, I've seen. I think I know the one.
Yeah,
I think I know.
And that's only because that's when I remember it, because he had no health, and then the guy comes at him like, well, he's dead.
Yeah.
And then he started dodging all these multi punches. I'm like, oh, you can do that now.
Yeah.
That's the level you're at.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, there's a lot of diehard Street Fighter fans out there.
Yeah.
So they love it. Entering into some of my gaming news. Just mumbling here. Sony have announced that they've sold 900,000 PlayStation VRs.
I thought you were going to say Switches.
Sony
has
just
sold
sold
900,000
Nintendo's
Switches.
fucking console.
Yeah, they just took it out of the warehouse.
But yeah, 900,000. That's a pretty good number. It's been out for 6 months. So 6 months, 900,000. The main thing
that's nearly podcast numbers.
That is. They're getting close.
Yeah.
But for the big thing with it, people have been saying is they haven't found it in the store. Like, they haven't got the quantities out there. So it could have maybe sold 1.5 if they actually produced enough. So apparently
So it's like Nintendo and the mini Nintendo.
It is a little bit like that. But I'm not sure if it's more because the VR headset and everything, the technology just like takes time to do it. Whereas a bloody mini NES, that's not...
Just get off the mini NES.
That doesn't take much to produce. But yeah, 900,000, that's pretty good. I'm still not sold on PlayStation VR. Like, I think it's more of a fad, but if 900,000 people have bought that, and they're probably going to be
I was in favor of it. I wanted it to get big.
Don't get me if I'm wrong. I'd love to play Resident Evil VR and do like a session on it, but I'm not going to pay $600 to do that.
Now, the PlayStation you're getting is the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, so it powers the VR like even more. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so if you got the VR,
yeah,
it'd be even better than...
it would be better than the thing. But the VR... with the sticks and everything, it's like $500, $600
right.
in Canada.
Yeah.
So that's expensive.
That's like 60,000 euros.
Just for like, Resident Evil looks pretty good, and maybe 1 or 2 other games. Yeah. And then it's like, it's gathering dust.
But here's a question.
So, yeah.
Will it work with Battlefield? Or no, Battlefront?
We don't know. Maybe this year. Maybe remember that E3 game show I was telling you about?
I've heard of it.
They always do.
When's that?
In June. I believe it's June, yeah. So they always do big announcements.
Yeah.
So you never know. They might do one there. They did do one with the last Battlefront where you could get into an X-Wing.
That's what I mean. I heard of that, so but...
That's out as well. That's free.
But it wasn't... There was something about I remember hearing that it was a great concept, but they didn't implement it properly.
The reason why is because you go down, but when you take the shot to blow up the Death Star and stuff?
Yeah.
Apparently you don't do any of that. You basically just fly.
Yeah, you're just looking.
You just look and you fly in between... the Death Star.
Because we talked about this, if you could have a VR headset and you were playing a racing game, or you're playing like a fighter game, like an airplane fighter, that would just be the best use of that. Because you're looking, and if you're like driving the car, that you're looking at your rear view and you're looking at your side. Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet.
And there is one coming out, Ace Combat.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
It's a bit like Top Gun.
So what I'm saying is, if they can do that, then surely, don't call me Shirley. Surely Battlefield can steal it. Or not Battlefield, Battlefront. Star Wars can steal it.
Possibly.
Not steal it, but like if someone can do it, then you can do it.
The only thing is, like, when you wear a helmet like that, you're in, like, kind of the VR... people get motion sickness.
Yeah.
But so when you're playing a first person like Battlefield or Battlefront, where you're with the gun and everything, people get sick because you're moving around really quick.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. If you limit it to the vehicle,
if you did, the only thing is you'd have to have the helmet on the entire time of playing. So if you never entered a vehicle, you always have the VR helmet on, which is fine. But I don't know.
So maybe it's like you start in the vehicles. But that's not.
Maybe if you spawn, you only spawn in vehicles and you have the helmet on. Yeah. It's like, I've got PlayStation VR on. I'm only ever going to spawn in helicopters and planes.
Yeah.
So, But that could be pretty sick. That could be pretty sick in a good way. So.
If that happens, I'm going to keep an eye on that E3. If that happens, I'm going to go and buy one right away. Because there's nothing, I can't think of anything better than playing Star Wars,
bombing people
in
on
VR.
The floor. So
that would it would be pretty sick. Like, it would be great because you could play and you'd be like your little stormtrooper and you'd be running along, and then I'd come along in a TIE fighter and you'd be like, get him as over here.
You tried the Oculus here, didn't I? I put you in a
that was years ago though.
Yeah. That was,
and even then that was getting to me because I was like, oh, you can actually feel this after a while.
You were in a roller coaster, weren't you?
Yeah.
The Oculus,
and you couldn't move. Like it was on a track. It was a track game.
Yeah.
So if you're like in a TIE fighter and I can look up and I can see Star Destroyers and everything.
Yeah, totally.
See fucking Kylo Ren over there and the rebels taking the plans. I'm like, this is.
You'll see him.
I'm not leaving. This is where I'm staying for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on that. I think that it would be nearly impossible though to bring that out and make it work because Battlefront is right now Battlefront is massive. You're gonna have like 2 million people logging on.
If there's enough people, like 900,000 have bought that PlayStation. By the time they bring out Battlefront 2, that's going to be out in like October.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's a turnaround time enough.
Yeah, but they'd be working on it now.
Yeah, so. True. Yeah, obviously, because PlayStation would have gone to them and said, in 18 months we're going to have this.
What they'd do is they'd make the game they were always going to make, but then they say, what part of it can you make VR?
Yeah.
And like exactly what we just said, like, when you're in multiplayer, whenever you're in a airplane, like, make it VR, but maybe it's something like
it's called an X-wing, Alex. Get it right.
Yeah,
you just lost 100 fans.
Airplane. So
it's in an airplane. Well, it could
maybe
work
it's
too. Like if you're playing Battlefront
or something like that. So.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm only gonna spawn in it's World War One, isn't it? So it's like the biplanes. It's not even an airplane. It's a biplane and a tank.
Only ever spawn in those because I've got the helmet on. And I can actually look out the sides while I was flying and stuff like that.
You probably have some people bitching because they're like,
well, that's the thing. But maybe you've got like 2 or 3 planes which are always spawned. And then you've got one plane which is just like free, someone can just go and get it. Yeah. So we're just making a fucking game here. So
you're welcome, Battlefront. Just gave you the best game you could have.
Boom. Carrying on with the VR stuff, Ultimate Ultra Chess got announced today on the PS4 with
chess?
Wait for it.
Right.
With VR mode, so you can play chess in VR. Why don't you play it in real fucking life? It's just, what the hell? It's like got these nice rendered pieces.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
You're in this hallway, marble floors, marble table. You got your pieces, and you're playing someone else.
Just play chess.
It's like, just play chess. Yeah, go down the
you
dollar
can play it
store
on your phone.
I know, like that. That made me chuckle.
You're scrambling. So, like if we're trying to make.
There's 900,000 play people.
We're trying to make Battlefront with you're in X-Wings and you can go across in a TIE fighter and I'll come down and swoop and I'll help the bombing run before you attack the Death Star. And they're like, chess. That's what they want. They want chess.
You can't move that piece there.
So I don't think Battlefront. If that's the level they're at, where chess is the top of the line release,
I feel like we should.
I don't think anybody's going to be playing.
We should buy the PSVR, log in, and then we'll just log out before the game finishes. Piss someone off. Just leave. So
when's Ace Combat coming out though?
I think it's this year, but it'll be later on in the year.
And that is they've confirmed VR.
I think it's like definitely confirmed VR. I think the whole game is VR, or maybe just portions. I'm not sure. I'd imagine the whole game because
it would have to be.
You're in a bloody plane.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
There's no other segments in that game. It's not like you get out, change the fuel line, go into the cafeteria while they're refueling.
Play some chess.
Yeah.
So, that'd be good, like a nice little side thing.
Yeah. Just you and your co-pilot be like, "You want a game of chess, Jeff?" Yeah, all right.
Sit down. Loading Ultra Chess. So
that'd be great if it stopped and it started loading.
It's like an old game. Yeah.
So I want to play Ace Combat.
I thought you were going to say Ultra Chess.
I want to play Ultra Ace Combat Chess. All the planes are pieces.
Yeah, they're all pieces. Yeah.
I really want to play Ace Combat. I played that way back when. On the PlayStation.
Yeah, I think that was a PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. Yeah, probably.
And
I
played it all the way through. I played that. Yeah. Like you get new planes.
Yeah.
And then like you can play the game with that plane.
Oh yeah.
I played it with every plane.
Oh, nice.
Every
game.
I
didn't know you had played that. So.
Huge fan of those.
Well, with the trailer,
all the way back to Star Fox and the Super Nintendo.
With the trailer of the new one, like you get in. I think you actually like climb up. You get in and
canopy.
Like I'm doing all this action. No one can see any of it.
Everyone's seeing you just going.
All they can hear is me going away from my mic. But like the
cockpit,
the helmet. Like I've lost my English.
Yeah, we're 5 shows in, and you've lost the one thing you have to do on the podcast.
Comes down, locks in, and then you put the thrusters on, and then you forget to press up, and you go into the sea. So,
that's true. Yeah,
can you imagine that?
There was a game like that. Oh. Crap! It was an older. I'm remembering now. Like my brain is tracking back to past black and white TVs to the horses and the carriages.
Right.
But there was a game where you did have to land. At the end of the mission. It might have been Ace Combat.
You've just brought back very good memories for me.
And like you go through the whole mission, and if you've screwed up your landing,
right,
you have to restart.
Yeah,
because you die.
Well, that reminds me of not Ace Combat, but Pilot Wings on
Pilot
Nintendo.
Wings, that's it.
On Nintendo. Oh my god, that's brought back really good memories.
Yeah, some great old games there.
Pilot
For me, it was Star Fox. That was the first Pilot games because remember I didn't have a Nintendo.
Star Fox was excellent.
What, Star Fox
64 or SNES?
I had a SNES. I didn't have a Nintendo, and I never got an N64.
Okay.
Had a game. My girlfriend had a GameCube at the time.
Okay.
And they had. We're just going off on one now.
Yeah.
They had Tiger Woods Golf.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember the controller for the GameCube. It's like it had a little knob. Like
a lot of people actually say that the GameCube controller is the best GameCube. Best GameCube
It's the
controller.
best GameCube controller.
Sorry, the best.
It's definitely the top two. It's definitely the top two.
The best gaming controller of all time.
Yeah, it was great.
To Xbox, PlayStation,
but
everything.
The thing about it was, it wasn't rounded.
Yeah, didn't it have
it had like an octagon-y thing.
Yeah.
So if you're playing a chess or fucking chess. If you're playing Tiger Woods chess, and you wanted to hit a 4-ball down the thing, but if you're playing the golf game, you just have to pull back and go forward and make the swing.
Sure.
And with the games like on the Xbox, if your thumb goes off in a direction, you'll slice it. Or you hit it that way. But because of the way the GameCube controller was, you would always hit it perfect.
Oh, nice.
You just get it into the back slot and then get into the front slot.
But what about if you had to move the king or the
when you have to move the king around,
left, right, no, it's like a fucking Street Fighter Ultra chess combo.
So I know it's like playing a game on easy with infinite ammo.
Yeah,
but like I love that. I was playing that game and I was getting like 17 under par, finishing top. And this is when Tiger Woods was like the biggest thing in the world.
Sure.
So I was like, this is the way it should feel. This is how he feels every day.
Yeah. It's just like you were doing so well.
Yeah.
That in the game you had time to cheat on your wife.
Yeah, exactly. So. And everyone's just thinking, do you not get bored of this? I'm like, why would you get bored of winning? It's like when you play FIFA games. Like I play them on easy.
Yeah.
And I score like 20 goals. And everyone's like, do you not get bored? I'm like, no. Do you know how angry I am in my normal life? If I play these games at regular normal levels, the TV gets broken, then it goes out the window. Then I go out the window after because it didn't learn its lesson.
And let me tell you, you get the rage.
I know. So I like playing games on easy.
Am I allowed to tell everyone who you support? Or do you want to keep that to yourself?
Keep it to myself because that's just it'll devolve into a bunch of.
I remember obviously Neary, but I walked into a bar and this was in the morning. I think it was 11. And his team were playing. They were losing because as I walked
playing soccer,
he was screaming. He was shouting. Sorry, not screaming, shouting. He had just got his hair cut. He had a fair amount of hair. Now he was a skinhead, shouting at the bar. He had a cider at the bar or rum and coke, and it was 11. And it was 11 o'clock or even 10 because over here in Canada,
because the time difference. Yeah,
I remember walking in and thinking like, that can't be him.
Who's that hooligan?
Because you shaved your head as well.
Yeah,
and then I remember just looking at you and you were just shouting. You were like, "Fuck this and that," and then had your whiskey and coke or whatever, and I was like, what the heck happened here? So I just always remember that.
Yeah. But Star Fox. When's that coming out?
Unfortunately, it came out on the Wii U and it just bombed. Literally bombed.
But that was my first proper I'm flying a plane.
Yeah, and Star Fox was great, and the little frog dudes. The frog dudes and the fox.
I think it was one of the first games that made me feel like I was like part of the game.
Yeah, a fucking animal.
Not an animal, but I was an animal. I was the fox.
Didn't get out much, did you?
No, I did not.
Back in Ireland. So.
It was just because like you play a game, it's just like you're playing it, and it's like there's a separation. Like when you're playing Mario Brothers, there's no connection. You're just like moving this sprite along.
Sure.
But when I was playing Star Fox, it was that first game where I was like, I'm in the
properly,
game, and then like your friends
under attack.
My friend's under attack. I'm gonna help him out.
How do you think I'm going to be after Horizons? I'm going to be like, Are there any dinosaurs near you, Paul?
You're just going to be walking around. It's like that's the call of our people.
Bow and arrow. Yeah. Fucking shirt's been torn off for the next podcast and stuff.
That's what's going to happen if we play Battlefront. We pick two different sides.
As long as we're wearing Star-Lord.
One of us is going to Kylo Ren the other.
As long as we're wearing Star-Lord fucking helmets.
Yeah, then we'll be fine.
I'm all good. What's the next thing?
If we're playing that, we should get the Vader helmets.
Oh yeah, and we'll just get some random with the Chewbacca thing, just for
Get Steve to do that.
Oh god, doesn't need the helmet. Then.
Doesn't need the helmet. He could use a shave though to look like Chewbacca. He's too hairy right now.
They haven't invented a shaver yet. They can get through it. So, what was I going to say? While I was watching Lego Batman, and I was having some dinner and stuff, I was out and about watching TV because I don't have TV at home. I just stream everything.
Yeah.
I did see
a lot of.
I saw a lot of Switch adverts. So I saw a lot of Nintendo Switch adverts. They came on during the Oscars. Did you see them?
I saw the one on the Oscars.
Yeah. Actually, so it came on like 3 or 4 times for the Oscars. It came on a big one for Lego Batman, so that was in the theater. Yeah. And then I was out having dinner before, and it was on like during the baseball or whatever. So I was like, okay, they're doing a good job of, marketing.
Oh no, it was before the movie. Sorry. So, it was before Rogue One. There was a Switch trailer.
Yeah, so it was probably the same one.
And I was there, and I could hear people in the crowd going, "Oh, yeah." When he just picks the game out of the, and he walks on the button. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's very good." Ooh,
yeah,
I like
it's kind of cool. But it leads into the next one, which is there's a game called 1-2 Switch, and it's basically mini games. I don't know if you remember when.
Sounds good, but it doesn't sound like chess.
It doesn't sound like ultra chess, no. But it's these mini games that you can play on the system. So like lots of them are. One of them is like milking a cow. You can milk a cow, apparently.
You're making that gesture again. I know, but this is your CD holder.
VHS. But a lot of people are complaining, saying these mini games should have been bundled with the system.
Yeah.
So basically, when you buy the system, you get no game. So you're like, I've just spent $350, $400, and it's like, welcome. You've got a blank tablet.
Oh god! Yeah.
So then you have to.
You can take it anywhere, though.
You can take that tablet, which can't web surf anywhere.
Take it on the bus. So, take it on the plane.
But so a lot of people are complaining that this mini game should have been included. The reason why is for the Wii, which the Wii is like a super popular console. It came with Wii Sports.
Yeah,
Every time you bought a Wii, you had baseball, you had tennis, you had golf, and all that lot.
Yeah.
So this should have been bundled because it was the perfect way to show off the system. Yeah. It's like, I've got a Nintendo Switch. I saved up, got my pocket money. It was my birthday. I don't have a game yet. I'm going to get one, but it does have these mini games. Yeah. But they chose not to do that. I'm like, what a fucking kick in the dick that was.
Nintendo, they had that good parenting thing a minute ago.
Yeah.
Now they've gone right down the shitter.
Well, 3 episodes, they got a slap in the face as well. So.
Oh god, that's just because of you and your mini Nintendo thing.
Yeah, well,
that's never gone away.
And then
your bitterness grows every week.
They needed to include that.
They really did.
That was
every other console gives you a game.
Actually, no, they don't. Like I'm going to buy a PlayStation this weekend, and there was no game of it. So.
Did they not give you like a bond? Like you get one of these 5 or pick one of these 4?
I get a controller, so I can just twizzle the sticks. Twizzle the sticks.
But with the PlayStation, you can go straight online.
You can go online, and then you get games and stuff like that. So that's what I mean. Technically, yeah.
But I know you got to pay, but at least you can access it without having to get.
Actually, the other thing is PlayStation. When you sign up, they give you $10 online. Yeah, you can buy a game with that and stuff like that. So so it's a little shitty of them. But it also leads me on to a YouTuber. He's a popular YouTuber. Maybe he's listening. He has been lining up for the Switch. 3 weeks ago, he started lining up.
Oh my god!
He's still outside the New York Nintendo building. He started lining up 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
ago. It's what he does. He lines up because he wants to be the first person photographed with it. And I think he's always done it in New York. Obviously a New Yorker. Yeah. So he did it with the Wii. He's done it with like the 3DS.
Well, it makes sense because New York is the first one to open in America.
That's true, yeah. But he was lining up 3 weeks ago, mate.
Yeah.
So, he's
a
popular
star.
In
saying that he's the only one lining up?
I hope so. Well, I'd imagine maybe people might start lining up now or tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, Friday, sorry.
Like he's 3 weeks ahead of the people who are going to queue up 5 minutes before the doors open tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's not really, look, I got to the front of the queue.
What is he doing?
He could have got there tomorrow.
He hasn't got a job, is he? I mean, his job is probably this.
He's probably, he's probably self-taping every night being like, still waiting. Can't wait to play Legend of Zelda.
I don't understand it, but I can see maybe 3 days before for an iPhone or something. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I can see that there's a bunch of people doing it, or maybe 2 days before, even a night before. But there's like literally 10 people doing it. They've got like a tent, whatever. You know?
Yeah.
I've actually done that once.
Like that's part of like the routine. It's like the midnight release, and everyone goes
a month.
Yeah, I know.
There's no one else there with you.
Like
it's like what's going on here? So like just do it a week before, mate.
And it's not like, no offense to Nintendo, but no one gives a shit.
No, it's like he's just outside.
It's
like,
not.
Going,
it's not an iPhone.
That sounds pretty good. I don't know if it sounds good on the real recording, but
probably
it
not.
good to me. So yeah,
it doesn't have the dance moves that sell it.
We really don't. We don't have Nintendo chairs or mushrooms here.
We really don't. No.
No.
We're actually not even getting a Switch, so I don't know why he's pushing it so hard. You just don't want anybody to have a PlayStation because you want one so bad.
Pretty much.
You think it's going to get sold out? Can you buy? No.
I've checked the stock.
I'm going to say no. Can you buy a VR headset in the stores, or do you have to order?
You can over here. Japan, you can't.
Right.
And apparently in Europe, it's iffy.
Okay.
But over here, like I know, like I was in Best Buy 2 days ago. I saw them there. It's the fact that someone's not just going to stroll in and go like, oh, I fancy playing Resident Evil in VR. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, $600 later, it's more than the actual console.
Yeah, I know.
So it's just like, oh, but the fact that something that high is sold pretty much $1 million by the time we're speaking now, almost $1 million.
Yeah,
it's not bad. That's not bad. Like, it's not
for
a
that
failed,
piece of tech.
It's not a failed attempt. 6 months, $1 million. It's not. I don't think it's as much as
that's
they wanted.
$600 a pop though. Yeah,
so,
it's like $500 million.
They're laughing.
Yeah,
so.
And it's what you want because your average player. What was it you said? The PlayStation has sold 56 million or something.
Something ridiculous. Yeah.
So that's one out of every 50.
It's heading towards the 60 million.
Yeah. So maybe 1 out of every 60 people's buying it.
Yeah.
That's about right.
And you're getting it when Ace Combat comes out.
Exactly.
So, or Battlefront.
And then we're both getting one when Battlefront comes out.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Fuck your. I shouldn't say fuck your Xbox because then we can't play together.
Yeah.
And we need someone to review the Xbox stuff. So.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll
have to get 3 consoles now.
The Steam, my Steam plays a lot of Xbox stuff.
Yeah.
It does lead me onto my
we'll
last
figure something out as
thing.
the year goes on.
It leads me onto the last one, which is Xbox do have a really good game out. I think it came out last week and this week. Halo Wars 2. So basically, are you a fan of strategy games? Do you know strategy games?
Yeah.
You know, like Red
I'm
Alert,
terrified because I get right into them. I was playing like strategy, like Command and Conquer, Red Alert.
Man, good memories.
When I was like 6 bits.
Yeah,
but I was still like, I'm playing this every day of the week.
Those are fantastic games. Some of the best gaming memories I've had with Command and Conquer, and I'm trying to think of some other ones, but
I was going to say Gods of Egypt. That's the stupid movie. No,
Warcraft. Warcraft.
No, not Warcraft. Gods of Civilization.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm just remembering because there was the Greek version. It was like Civilization 3.
Yeah.
Age of the Greeks, and then the gods were there.
That's right. Yeah.
And then there was the other one I used to play. God, what was the name of it? I can't remember, but you were actually God.
Okay.
Was it called Civilization something else?
But
you would move. Like you would create all these people, and
really?
they'd have to pray to you. And then when they pray to you, you get more power. And with that power, you can do things like move the earth so it'll be flatter, so they could make farms.
Oh, and then are you talking? So two games, Black and White. There was one Black and White.
No, this was like way back. This is like
I know the
PC games.
Goddess or I know exactly the ones you mean.
And then like if you really hated the neighboring ones, you'd create a volcano and kill everybody.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And even that would work on your people because once they seen you being powerful, they'd worship you more and they'd have like a belief. But that one was crazy. And then the main one, of course, was like Age of Empires. That was the one you'd play all day long.
Super popular, that one, yeah.
My strategy was just to create an invincible fortress that no one could get into.
Yeah.
And then inside there, I would just wait till everyone attacks.
Yeah.
They'd all get wiped out.
Yeah.
And then I would go and destroy them. That was my strategy.
You can sink so many hours into them. So there's two things I was bringing up. Like, so Halo Wars is a strategy game. So
right.
number 1 came out.
It's on Xbox.
It's on Xbox and it's on PC. So first of all, like I've always played strategy on
Straight
PC.
on PC,
so,
even I wasn't a PC guy, but I played.
Apparently, they made it work really well on a controller, which is awesome. And it's Halo, the Halo universe people love. So that game should do well for Microsoft. So, but yeah, it just brought back memories of strategy games and
Command and Conquer.
I loved all of those. So
get that little spy, get him to run in there.
Hopefully that does well for them. And like I know that people listening to this probably think I'm like a PlayStation fanboy, but I do care about the Xbox. That looks like an awesome game.
But it's like you were saying,
I'll download it.
There's no point in getting the Xbox right now because
wait until that Scorpio thing's out, and then we'll see. E3 is going to be an exciting time.
It's in that weird interim period. There's no point in getting it because there's a better one coming out.
Yeah,
it's like if you said, "I need a new phone."
I mean, if you know
iPhone 8's coming out, so you're like, "I'll just wait."
If you like the games, you like the games. If you're a Gears of War fan, they've got Gears of War 4, and it looks great.
But this is something we did bring up, is that if you do buy an Xbox Scorpio, it'll play all the previous games.
It will play
which is what PlayStation have ballsed up every time.
Yeah, a much bigger conversation. But basically, I think what they're going to do, it's not confirmed.
But something better to do.
So, well, it's a conversation for June because when they announce it. But basically,
when we have the details,
when we have the details, because that Scorpio will play 3 Xbox One games. But there will be games that are Scorpio only.
That's fine.
So,
but what I mean is, like, if you've sunk in $600 on the console plus the extras, and then you've bought like 10 games for like $50
for
each,
sure.
You've got like $1,000
basically
dumped on this computer.
You buy the Scorpio at Christmas because it's out.
Yeah,
you'll be able to play Halo Wars 2 on it.
Exactly. That's
like, if you weren't, they need the biggest slap in the face. It's
never.
That's
why
I'm
surprised. Though, however, that PlayStation do better. Because PlayStation don't do that.
Yeah, they'll just they'll.
So for say for example, I've never had a console.
Yeah.
Or I've only ever had like a certain console.
Sure.
If they're gonna say, well, you can play all the games you've ever had on this thing, or you can buy a brand new system that won't play any of them.
Yeah.
You would think you were gonna favor the one that can play everything you've always had.
Of course, you want to keep your library and everything like that. So yeah.
And if you're coming just into it, like if you never had a console at all and what you saw was Xbox where everything was there's a word for it, I know, where everything works with the previous system, you'd be thinking, oh, okay, so if I buy one of them,
backwards compatible,
so, so I can buy one of them and then I know that there's a new one coming out, it'll be able to play my games. But with the PlayStation, like, well, PlayStation 2 doesn't play PlayStation 1 games and 3. So you're saying, like, these guys don't give a shit. It's like they're just bringing out a new one. And I know they're great consoles. But you're kind of thinking, you're shitting on your fans.
It's got to a point now where everyone expects it. And they can't move forward. Like the PlayStation 5 will play PlayStation 4 games.
There's
no doubt about it. No doubt about it. No one's rebuying. It's a thing Nintendo are going through. Nintendo, for years, people have been buying fucking Mario Brothers 2 and All-Stars again and again and again. They call it Virtual Console on Nintendo. So it's basically like, I'm going to play my old school games. Bloody hell! These Nintendo fans. I wouldn't have put up with it. For the GameCube, back then it was like, hey, do you want to play Mario All Stars or Mario 3? It's $5. Okay, I'll buy that. Then the Wii came out. Hey, you want to play Mario Brothers 3? Yeah, I bought it on the thing. Fuck the GameCube. $5. Oh, okay. And then it's like, then the Wii U came out. Hey, we got Virtual Console. You want to play Mario Brothers 3? Yeah. Fuck that other system. $5. People have been like, and when I say $5, I think really it's like 17 or something. So some guy I saw in a forum, he's like, I'm not paying for Mario Brothers
on
anymore.
The Switch.
I bought it. This is you got to honor what I bought, and I think they're starting to do that.
Well, Xbox that's the thing. It's not a new game. It's the same game.
I know, and it's on your account. Come on, it's on your account. I've bought this once before. Apparently, like Nintendo aren't very good with like online and like software wise.
No, they're not built like that.
Xbox are the best of that.
Like I said, the Switch isn't even internet compatible.
Xbox are best of that because Xbox is Microsoft. Microsoft made Windows. Windows is great software. You know? So PlayStation actually.
So it's easy to make it compatible all the way along.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing. They've got engineers. There's engineers that have worked there for their whole life. They know software. PlayStation's actually in the middle. Really good hardware. They know their games. They've bought really good game developers. Their software side is lacking. It's like a little bit shit. It's getting better because it's so popular, but they're still behind Microsoft. Microsoft know what they're doing with like UI and making things work. And when they release an update or something, it usually works. Sony release an update and people are like, it's kind of broken or it doesn't really look right. And they're like, oh, we'll fix it in the next thing, So, and then Nintendo are just like, what's going on? Give us $17 again.
Do you guys want to play tennis?
But everyone's starting to realize. Nintendo's starting to realize. PlayStation the same as well. And then Microsoft have been hit hard. This like PlayStation 4 have been slapping them around a lot. So hopefully Scorpio put some pressure on because competition is good. Scorpio comes out. We can play Xbox One games. We've got Xbox only games. So basically, what could happen is Halo, this is probably what's going to happen. In fact, I can do a prediction right now.
Oh, it's a Fleming prediction.
For June, for E3, yeah?
Right.
Scorpio is coming out this year. So you'll be able to get it, limited quantities, but you'll be able to get it this year, like before Christmas. It's going to launch with Halo 6. It's going to be Scorpio only. However, you're going to be able to backwards play all of Xbox One games.
That would be good.
And when you do play those games, they're going to look and run better as well. So they're going
to obviously, if you can play Xbox One, you can play Xbox 360.
Most likely, yeah. I would have thought so.
Because Xbox One can play Xbox 360, yeah.
So we do get into like a bit of a tech thing here, but basically the Scorpio and the Xbox One, I mentioned it in another podcast, they're on the same architecture. So basically those guys are like hand in hand, so they can work really well together. 360 and Xbox One and Scorpio are different. Yeah. So basically, when you run a 360 game, you're actually emulating it. So you're kind of lying to the 360. You're kind of telling it, hey, we're a 360, but we're not really. Yeah. You know? And it's called emulation. So it's basically trying to recreate a 360. Yeah. Because their architecture is different. But with Xbox One and Scorpio that's coming out, they're the same architecture, just more powerful. Yeah. Same with the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Pro. Yeah. They're the same. And then the PlayStation 5, they'll be the same.
That's why it has to work on the PlayStation 5.
And this is it as well. Scorpio coming out. It will come out this year, but it will be in the masses next year. Yeah. Then another prediction.
For 2018?
2019 PlayStation 5.
2019?
Christmas.
Okay.
Possibly 2020. But we'll know about the PlayStation 5 by 2019.
So we'll know about it next year.
No, we'll know about it. No, not even next year. Next year, Sony are just running away with exclusives and games.
Right.
They're fine. They don't need to do anything. The Scorpio will hit, and it will be a big like hammer down. Yeah. But then they'll be like, they'll still be fine. And then eventually they'll be like, and then Microsoft will kind of have a bit of a smile on their face. And they'll be like, yeah, we're doing this. We've got Halo 6. And then PlayStation will be like, PlayStation 5. And then suddenly Microsoft will be like, fuck. Yeah. You know, but then it's all about
I told
games.
You we should have brought out Chess 2.
It's all about games. Yeah. Then PlayStation come with Ultra Combo Chess.
VR Connect 4. Holy shit.
While you're in a submarine.
That's the thing that, it's like for lay people. You look at PlayStation 3. Yeah. And you hear your PlayStation 3 is coming out. It's the most powerful computer you've ever seen. And then you're like, so why can't I play PlayStation 2 games? And then the PlayStation 4 comes out. It's the most power. Yeah. Well, why can't I play PlayStation 2 games? Yeah, yeah. If that's even better.
It's because of the emulation.
Yeah, because they're not able to.
They're all different architecture. Now they're all fucking PCs. Yeah. They're all PCs now.
That comes down to phones, I think. Like, there's no way you would buy a phone where they said you have to
download your apps.
Yeah. Or even just like all your data, it's all gone. Everything is stored.
It's not smart. Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm taking my SD card and I'm putting it in his phone. Yeah. Or else I'm not buying this phone.
Yeah, Microsoft's doing an interesting thing. I like it and I don't like it. Like, I like it because it kind of benefits me, but Microsoft are doing a very cool thing with, like what we're saying, when you buy a game, you own it. So when you buy a game with Microsoft, you own it. You can play it on Steam. You can play it on your Xbox. And then eventually you'll be able to play it on your Scorpio. But they call it Play Anywhere. Yeah. And it means that when you pay, I think maybe it might cost like $10 more. I think I've talked about it. But when you buy a game, so Halo Wars 2, it came out. Right. Now, if you buy the Play Anywhere game, which I don't even know if it costs $10 more. It might just be a normal price. You can basically buy that. I can play it on my PC. Right. And if I have an Xbox, I own it on Xbox as well. So, or the other way around. If I went to EB Games and bought that game, I could also, as soon as I put it in my Xbox, it will pop up on my PC in Steam and go, you can play this. Oh, okay. So you can play it anywhere. So they call it Play Anywhere. And then with the Scorpio, same thing. Buy one game, I can play it in all my systems. Yeah. It's Microsoft. That's the way it should work.
It is,
and then Sony are starting to do that now. Buy a PlayStation 4 game, you can play it on your PlayStation Pro. Yeah. You'll be able to play it on your PlayStation 5. And then they got their Vita handheld thing. And then some of them you can. But that's the future. Like,
well, that's the way we have it with our phones. It's like when I'm on my Google Docs, and I'm like, all right, Al, here's this new thing. Yeah. Instantly it goes to your Google Docs. Yeah. Instantly it's on my laptop.
Yeah. It's ours. Like when you get an iTunes purchase, it's yours. I bought 24, the series, love 24.
Yeah. The new one, Legacy.
I haven't seen it yet. We can talk about that.
No.
But I bought 24 a long time ago. Right. Well over 5 years. No, well over. Probably like 7-8 years
16
ago.
years ago.
16 years.
I'm predating. I'm post-dating the
it's
episode.
It's still in my iTunes account. And when I like, if I go home tonight and I go on my phone, or even now, I can actually click on it and go download the episodes. Yeah. I've always had them because I purchased them. Yeah. That's the way it should be. Whereas like Nintendo, it's like, you want to buy Mario Brothers 3?
Yeah.
It's like, I bought it 4 times already. You want to buy Mario Brothers 3? So
go talk to Kiefer if you want it, you dickhead. No 24 for you.
So going all the way back, Halo was 2. Microsoft's Buy Anywhere, like it.
But why don't you like it?
No, I like it.
You said I like it and I don't.
No, I said I like it.
All right.
So there's no don't.
I'm gonna rewind and put it in. No.
Yeah, he's just gonna put it in. An interesting thing. I like it and I don't like it. But looking forward to obviously 3. Made some predictions. Competition was good. Hopefully Nintendo sort themselves out. When you buy Mario Bros. 3,
I don't think Nintendo ever getting to the level of comparing or competing with those guys.
They've still got the kids' games. People want the Zelda and stuff.
I know. Yeah.
The other thing, just to finish off on this one thing. It's funny because Horizons is out tomorrow.
Yep.
My God, we've talked about it so much, almost too much. It just looks amazing.
I still know nothing about it. And I know there's robot dinosaurs.
But then on Friday, Zelda comes out. Now, Zelda, I'm not arguing, is an awesome game.
Yeah.
But if you look at the environment in Zelda, which still looks great on the thing, but then you look at Horizons and the fucking dinosaurs.
It looks better than me.
It looks better than you.
It looks better than me.
It really does look like you're looking at an Atari. You know, and it's just funny that they're coming out. And I had my fingers crossed because I was like, I hope Horizons is good. I hope it doesn't look good, but it plays like shit.
Yeah, they spent 6 years making the graphics.
Yeah, it's great. And apparently Zelda's great as well.
Yeah.
But when you do put them side by side, you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you guys took a lot of lunch breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't put
it
the work
really
in
does look like that. And then Nintendo are like, yeah, but you can fly with his kite. It's like, I can ride a dinosaur. So that's...
in 3D.
That's all I'm going to say.
VR, yeah.
That's all I'm going to say on that. But that is it for some gaming this week.
I'm looking forward to a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
For once. With our 2 PlayStations and our 1 Xbox. Which we don't have yet at all.
And our Switches. We both bought Mario. We should play Mario Brothers 3 after this.